It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, April 21st. Happy Easter Monday. I just realized that that was a thing. Didn't know Easter Monday was a thing, but happy Easter Monday to all who celebrate. Happy Easter from yesterday. We have made it to another Monday, and really, honestly, the celebration of today is the fact that my kids are back at school. Round of applause. For those of you that have kids, and especially those of you that have kids that were home for 2 weeks of summer or spring break, wow. Let me tell you, I feel like I ran a marathon. I think there was a Boston marathon today, right? Didn't Boston just have a marathon today? I am so happy that my kids are back at school. They made it back in one piece. I am free as a bird for like 6 hours, but I feel very good about that. When I dropped them off at the bus this morning, I was like, I will miss you guys so much. I drove out of that bus stop so fast. Love them so much. You know, when I picked them up from school on that final Friday 2 weeks ago, that feels like 2 years ago. I didn't realize that when I was going to drop them back off, I was going to have a broken wrist on one of them and 2 new guinea pigs. Yep. LeBron James and Georgia have joined the house. We are now a family of, let me think. Well, we got Lance, we got Dylan and Oliver, we got me. Then we got Murphy the dog, Frankie the dog. We've got 3 fish. I think we still have 3 fish. Not sure what gender they are. We'll just call them the they, them, right? And then now we have the guinea pigs who are girls, but one of them, that's a girl. Oliver is like, I don't care that she's a girl. Her name is LeBron James. And then the other one is Georgia. So we've got a whole crew over here. And let me show you a little family picture. Lance took a little family picture of us last night watching Modern Family on our bed. This was a Sunday night. This was our last night, right before we were heading, to bed on the last night of spring break, when I said, oh, I love you guys so much. And I'm so glad that we're going back to school. And if you zoom in, you'll see that's little LeBron James right there. And there's little Georgia. Come on, guys, they're so cute. They poop a lot, but it's cute. And there's little Frankie there, and there's Murphy. And then the rest is just a messy room because, laundry, all of that stuff. But I am very, very happy to have them all back in their places. Everyone's back in their places where they need to be, including me. I'm back here with you guys. Got a lot to talk about today. Officially, I think, hopefully today I will hit 43,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I don't know if I have already, but thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you're new here, welcome to Daily Dose. Thank you for subscribing and liking this video. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Donna family. Welcome. You're officially a doser if you're here. I'm so grateful for you guys to be here. I am here 5 days a week, if not more, talking about all kinds of things, pop culture related, Blake Lively related. And this week we're getting into Karen Reed. Can't wait for the trial to start tomorrow. Is anyone else so excited to get into that? Jeez. Well, for all of you guys, and especially Enrique, welcome to the show. It is officially, everyone get out your dance hands. It's officially Daily Dose of Donna. Did you guys sprinkler it up? All right, that's our workout for the day. We all just got a little arm workout. Now we're into it. Oh my gosh, we got to get into these stories because we got a little Bravo talk. We got a Sister Wives recap. We got Cody. Cody is back talking about his rock hard abs. We have to talk about Justin Bieber not looking so good at Coachella. Sutton, Garcelle, their friendship is OVER. And I could have called that from a long time ago. Ciara is not a girl's girl on Summer House. But most importantly, I would say we got to talk about New York Times and why the hell They decided to put their credibility on the line for Blake Lively. Cassidy is so important here. Cassidy is a creator here on YouTube, and she created an incredible video that really calls this out, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it today. So let's get into all of this. But before we do, I do have some sponsors today. So I want to talk about a couple of them first. Some of them are new, and I'm really excited about them. And because I know that you guys I only take sponsors that I really like. And I'm telling you guys, this first one is so exciting because my whole family, you guys just met my whole family in a picture. Okay. I have a family of boys. They love food. And this is a product that I honestly am obsessed with. They sent me an entire box to try, and it's called Hero Bread. And I'm telling you, we have a family of carb lovers. We love bread. This is a family of sandwich, quesadilla, bagel lovers. And bread is a huge staple of the bowling household. But Hero Bread is the bomb. And I'm not even joking, because yesterday Oliver was like, I want a bagel. And I was nervous because I gave him a Hero Bread bagel. And kids, they get a little finicky about different kinds of food because it's a high protein, low carb bagel. This kid wanted 2 of them. Okay. I'm telling you, with Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience you love guilt-free, like enjoying a nutritious breakfast sandwich on a bagel, meal prepped enchiladas, or buttery rolls. Yes, they have Hawaiian rolls, but it's Hero Bread. They're ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and they're high in fiber. They taste the same as regular style bread. But for example, their plain bagel has 4 grams net carbs, 0 sugar, and get this, this is the best part for these gains, 19 grams of protein. Okay? 19 grams of protein. It's a protein bar in a bagel. What? Okay? So this is really important, okay? You'll never know that it's low net carb. It doesn't taste weird or high fiber or anything. You can make grilled cheeses. I made quesadillas. I made everything. All you guys need to do is go to hero.co. It's HERO.co and use code DailyDose at checkout, and you're going to get 10% off your order. HERO.co. And get 10% off your order, but you have to use code DailyDose. HERO.co. Use code DailyDose, okay? All of their breads, they have so many different varieties. They have tortillas, they have rolls, they have bagels, they have everything. HERO.co. Use code DailyDose. I'll show you guys. I have a picture of the bread that they sent me. See, that's all the bread that they sent me. It's kind of like a little blurry here, but I'll show you. I can even bring it to my desk tomorrow. They have plain bread. These are bagels, different kinds of bread, bagels. These are the Hawaiian rolls, the flour tortillas. We're almost done with it. Like, I'm eating it so guilt-free. It's bomb. Hero Bread. Try it. Okay. Let's get into the first story. So I want to talk about Cassidy. Cassidy is a creator here. I'm going to completely credit Cassidy because she did an incredible investigative report on this story, okay? The New York Times, I'm convinced, is a problem. It's me against the New York Times. I am the new Justin Baldoni, and I am suing the New York Times for $250 million. Okay? Pay up, baby. I have a lot of Hero Bread to buy. All right? No, I mean, I'm not a fan of the New York Times. I find them to be very, very dangerous in terms of their pick and choose about telling the truth under the guise of being like a real journalism. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But the truth is that when you call yourself the New York Times, people tend to stop what they're doing and believe you. Just like they believe when you say Washington Post, LA Times, Wall Street Journal, all of these big papers that have been around since God knows what year, I don't know, 1800, whatever. And the truth is that New York Times has been caught in some lies. Now, when they covered this story, I spoke to Leanne, remember, on Friday. She's an attorney. And when we covered this, we talked about that video that Megan Toohey, who wrote this article, how she spoke just so confidently. This is what happened on the set of It Ends With Us. This is how it happened. This is what happened. This is what happened, whatever. So confidently, and didn't use this is potentially what happened. This may have happened. This is allegedly. She didn't use any of those words, which is, it's basically lies under the guise of news. What's interesting about this is that when the New York Times was reporting on the complaint and the CRD complaint, they never once brought up this lawsuit, the sham lawsuit that brought up the subpoena and how they got in control of all those text messages, which created the backbone, or I should say, created all of the meat for that CRD complaint that Blake Lively was able to then file. So Cassidy created a video. I'm going to play it. It's only about 6 minutes, but I'm going to play it a little faster, speed it up just a bit. I'll stop it in between just to kind of share with you guys. Her username here on, I'll also put it in my, I will also put it in my show notes later, is Cassidy O'Connell. Yeah, it's Cassidy O'Connell. Cassidy OC, I believe, is her username on YouTube. And her video is called What Did You Know About the Subpoena, New York Times? Why Wait for the CRD Complaint? So it's a 6-minute video. Let's go through it together. I find it very, very fascinating. I think she did a great job with it. So let's watch it together and see what she says about it.
Guys, just something really quick. I was writing my next episode, and while I was doing that, I started thinking about something. All of these new revelations about this mystery subpoena. Again, a topic we brought up here way before it became the topic anywhere else, but I've heard too many people giving the New York Times the benefit of the doubt. And you know how I feel about that. I've done quite a few episodes specifically about the New York Times. But I've heard them say, oh yeah, they were probably careful. They're usually careful. I'm sure they asked, and I'm sure they were told, oh, there's a subpoena, there's a lawsuit. And it makes me mad. Why? Because it's this simple. Where did you get this information? Blake answers, a subpoena. Next question. Can I see the subpoena? If they had just asked for that, showed it to the legal department, found the deficiencies in it, they would have been safe. But that's not it, because people can say, oh, once they were shown a subpoena, that would be the end of their responsibility. And that could be. But what about this point? They were preparing this article for it looks like 3 months, from October to December. They timed everything just perfectly. They waited until the day after Blake was going to file, what? Her CRD complaint. Why? So they would be covered by this privilege that says that they're free to report on something that's part of judicial proceedings. That leaves a gaping question. Did you guess where I'm going? Why would they have to wait for a CRD complaint to be filed if they believed that there was a legitimate subpoena from a legitimate lawsuit? Why did they have to time it like that? To wait for the CRD complaint? If they believe there's a subpoena, if they believe there's a lawsuit attached to the subpoena, there was no need to do that. And how did they excuse their privilege? Did they say, well, there was a subpoena, there was a lawsuit? No. They said there was a CRD complaint. They said in their documents, it doesn't matter if we started writing it before it was actually filed. Do you remember those words? Because I do. Never in all of those pages of nasty, rude comments did they ever say, we're privileged because there was a lawsuit and we saw the subpoena from that lawsuit, or we were told there was a subpoena from a lawsuit. Never. They used the CRD complaint as their reason for having privilege. So what did Megan Twohey and the New York Times know about this subpoena and this lawsuit? Did they know that a lawsuit existed just for the purpose of a subpoena, and that that lawsuit was going to be closed on the 19th, the day before the CRD complaint, so that they couldn't use that lawsuit as the reason for their privilege? Did they know that? Is that why they said we have to have the CRD complaint? Did they know?
All right. Let me pause it for a bit. So it's basically this whole story here is asking, what did the New York Times know when they started this whole process of going through this research with Blake Lively, with Leslie Sloan, with Ryan Reynolds, with Blake Lively's massive team. You know, she didn't just work, Megan too, he did not just work with Blake. Okay, obviously she didn't. She worked with Blake, with Leslie, with Ryan, with Blake's team. Okay, this was not like a Blake and Megan sitting in a room together, the two of them working together. This was probably a group of 20 or so people together, if not more. Legal people, PR people, agents, managers, family members. I imagine Blake's mom was very much part of that. There was a lot of people involved in this New York Times article and the CRD complaint for months and months and months. We know that because of the metadata. Thanks, Gooch. We know that, right? So the reason why this is questioning everything is because what this creator Cassidy is bringing up here is that in this article that they're writing, they never once mention how did Blake Lively and team get access to all of the information that she was able to bring forth in this complaint, which was, etc., all of the text messages, right? All of the text messages and all of the emails and all of the back and forth. It's essentially what we all thought when we first saw the complaint. And well, I didn't think this because I'm not an attorney, but Brian Friedman, et cetera, everyone brought that to everyone's attention, was like, excuse me, where did this all come from? In fact, Jen Abel, now this is really going to scratch some weird surface, but do you guys remember, this is really a call, but do you guys remember that one weekend when all of this came out? When Blake Lively's CRD complaint came out, and Jen Abel, the publicist, wrote in that Facebook group, that publicists only Facebook group, her reaction. And her reaction, which at the time when she wrote it, felt very like, oh, thou dost protest too much, because I, like many of you guys, believed Blake Lively at the time. This was way before Justin Baldoni had presented his side. Jen Abel said, I was never subpoenaed. I never received a subpoena or heard of a subpoena. I have no idea how my personal text messages and emails were seen or were approached or whatever it's called. We're brought into this. I have no idea. She said, I was doing my job and I was working as a publicist and I was communicating back and forth with other publicists, and I was never subpoenaed. So this is mind-blowing to me, basically, is what Jen Abel said. In fact, I saved it on my Instagram page because I posted it on my Instagram page. I remember being very pro Blake Lively at this time. As you guys know, I was very pro Blake Lively when this first came out. And so when Jen Abel wrote this Instagram post, I was like, ew, okay, sure, Jen. I mean, this is how I truly felt because I went through this kind of roller coaster with the story. And what Jen Abel said that first weekend was this. She said, this is right before the LA fires as I go through my Instagram feed. Yes, she said this. Let me share it with you guys. No, I was never subpoenaed. Remember, this is December 22nd, 2024. This was Jen Abel. She said, no, I was never subpoenaed. I found out my private text messages and emails were included in the complaint after I received it on Friday night, and the New York Times contacted me 1.5 hours after receipt. They had already reviewed the 80-page document and had questions prepared, and apparently also received thousands of pages of documents with our correspondence that we never saw. So it was clear this was a coordinated effort, but nothing we haven't seen before since I've been working in talent PR, etc. I had recently left my previous firm, at which I was still with during this campaign, with a team who all participated in the campaign and a boss who oversaw, that's Stephanie Jones, guys, and who had access to my work emails and work phone. So you can deduce from that what you will. So remember that, you guys, she never was subpoenaed. She had no idea that these were coming. And so New York Times, they spoke about this interview, or they spoke about this story and never said, how did you get these text messages? Where was this subpoena coming from? What is going on here? And what is the backstory to the CRD complaint? And the fact that the New York Times never questioned that seems like a little bit of a sketchy job from the New York Times, because any legitimate reporter or any legitimate journalistic piece should say, what's the legality here? How did you have access to so many private text messages and emails? And then secondly, in addition to this, if they did say, did you get a subpoena, as Cassidy just asked in her post here, which now I have to pull back up. Where is it? In her post, I'm going to have to find it really fast. She says, are you okay. Sorry, I can't multitask while I say this. Hold on. In this New York Times article, they should have said, how did you have access to these text messages? And now that I don't have the New York Times interview in front of me, now I want to look at it really fast. Oh, now you can't look at it for free anymore. Isn't that funny? Do you guys know that? Now you can't look at the New York Times We Can Bury Anyone article anymore without it being a paid. Now it's behind a paywall. So I can't look at it anymore. But I wonder if you go back behind it and read the article, I wonder if it says anything about did we ask them how they got the access to the text messages? But I don't believe it does say anything about the subpoena in that. The question that Cassidy is asking, though, in this YouTube video that I'm playing for you here, is it's saying specifically, oh, here it is. Here it is. Now I can share it with you, is that it's saying they didn't ask not one time in this entire process, where did you get the subpoena to get these text messages? And if they did, they've left it out completely. And they're doing that with the privilege of saying, we're not reporting on the entire process. We're only reporting on just the CRD complaint. We're not reporting on the how and the what and the way and the where and the process of the lawsuit that got us to this. We're just reporting on the complaint, which is such a bullshit. It's like literally cherry picking how they want to report on this just to protect Blake Lively. Okay, Enrique is asking, thank you, Enrique, for the super chat. Donna, is it normal for a journalistic report in the U.S. to just rely only on a legal complaint? No witnesses, no anonymous sources, no journalists on ground. It felt thin compared to other SH reports. Never before that I've seen, and I don't cover stuff like this that often because it doesn't happen like this that often. I have never seen anything like this, which goes to show that something specifically is happening here that feels very, very, very fishy. It feels very fishy and very strange, which makes me think Megan Twohey had and this is just my opinion, okay? Megan Twohey, in my opinion, had a personal vendetta or a personal need or whatever the word is to push this agenda of man sexually harassing woman. I'm just going to say that. I think that this is the agenda that Megan Twohey likes to push based on prior reporting. It's the Me Too movement. It's the agenda of Harvey Weinstein. It's the agenda of man attacks woman, man sexually harasses woman, man uses director power and hurts woman. Blake Lively was like, if I'm going to take down any man, I'm going to use it that way. I'm going to say the S word, because you can't say that he did it by, not letting me edit That's not good enough. That won't do anything in this world of Hollywood. But if I say sex, that takes them down immediately. The second you use the word sex in Hollywood, that's an immediate takedown. That's like, that cuts off your business. And as you know, I mean, when I talked to Billy Bush, we talked about this really well, is that when I was on Billy Bush's show, he said that is the kiss of death in this industry. Not even in this industry, let's be real. Whether it's in politics, whether it's in schools, whether it's in obviously entertainment, whether it's in what business is it not? Let's be real. What industry is it not the kiss of death for your career? If a woman insists or alleges or accuses, I should say, that a man harasses or assaults you sexually. And that's the scariest part, is because many, many, many times it's true. And you want to believe. And that's the worst part about this entire story. In fact, and I want to go back, but I want to remind you guys, this is the scariest and most dangerous part of this whole thing. Right before this, I was listening. I don't have my phone. I hate when I come down here without my phone. Ugh. I was listening to a podcast. There is a podcast called Fluently Forward, and it's held. Do you guys know about this podcast? She is, I think her name is Shannon, and she covers all kinds of gossip stuff. But the reason why I wanted to listen to this episode is because she did an episode with the girls from Pop Apologists, who are friends of mine. Do you guys know them? The two girls, sisters? And they are very much team Justin Baldoni. They've done a series on this. They've covered it. They cover all kinds of different things. And in their episode with the girls from Fluently Forward, and then there's another girl. So it's 4 girls having a healthy debate about this case, because the Pop Apologist girls are strongly read up on this. They have been researching the story just like us. They've been reading all the cases. They've been reading all the complaints and reading all the legal stuff. And they 100% agree that Justin Baldoni has more evidence to support his side than Blake Lively. But the other 2 girls are not as knowledgeable of the details in this case. So they're inclined to believe Blake Lively because they just know what she accuses him of. And so they want to believe Blake Lively. And that's the truth. And in fact, and a lot of you guys that know this story really well and know some of the players online who are really, really strong Blake Lively stans, this is who their biggest source is online. This is going to shock you. One of the girls says that her biggest source online for information on this case is a user named Ex-Patriarch. When she said this, I literally almost like, because this is like getting your news from, it's like the dial of left versus right when it comes to watching the news. You know how you can search like a bias on the news and they show a dial like, this is very left, this is very right. And then you think you're getting the truth, but you're seeing something that's like super, super left or super, super right. This is like looking at someone like Ex-Patriarch, who maybe you don't know who he is, but he is incredibly a Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds stan. Like he'll twist everything and anything that they do to think that they are the most incredibly perfect people ever. And he also at the same time despises me and despises Zach Peter and calls us the most unethical, most disgusting. I mean, he's horrible to us. So obviously I don't like him, but she says that that's where she gets her information. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So of course you think Justin Baldoni is the worst person in the world if that's where you're getting your information. It was like I was on a road trip, you guys, over the week or over spring break, and I stopped at Mammoth. We were getting our electric cars, like battery, whatever. And we started talking to these women, great women. One of them's from Australia. Another one's from San Clemente. We're all filling up at their electric charger. We're all chatting. And she tells me, I swear, hand to God, she tells me that she doesn't like watching the news because she doesn't like, seeing all the news. I said, I totally get it. She goes, but I only like watching one person on the news who tells me all the things that are only the truth. And I said, oh, really? Who? I said, because I don't feel like anyone tells me the truth on the news. She goes, yeah, only one person tells me the truth on the news. I said, who? And she goes, Rachel Maddow. I said, the truth? That's like me telling you that, someone very much on the right is telling the truth. You can't. Those are people. They're so swung on the left and the right. You can't. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I was like, what? The truth? I died. That would be like me saying Tucker Carlson is telling us the truth. It's opinion when you're very much swayed on one political side. I mean, it may be your truth if you're very much on that political agenda, but like come on. Like ex-patriarch is not telling you the truth. Like I was dying. Oh my God. Look, people are already mad at me. Sorry, I'm just being honest. Like Google her, very much on one political side. That's not truth. It's just it's true that there's like a left and then there's a right. We can't be honestly thinking that that's like 100% truth. There's like a middle ground and then there's left and then there's right. So if you are looking at these cases and thinking like one side is the truth and one side is not, then, Anyway, so the point is, that people will continuously like go through and follow these cases and jump back and forth and not know kind of why. But why did the New York Times decide to severely go all in and believe and take this one on to the end? And I really do believe at the end of the day, I really do believe that Blake Lively, New York Times, all of them together thought they had a home run with it, that it was going to be a home run all the way. And it wasn't going to ever go anywhere. That was it. It was going to be like a grand slam, as we say in our baseball team with Oliver, a grand salami all the way around. And they were going to like go into the new year, go into 2025 as the grand Victorian, as like the winner of the world, as the victim of the century, the victim of this horrible sexual harassment. She was going to go on tour, on all the speaking engagements, on all of the morning shows, and she was going to be able to speak her story, and she was going to take over the rights of the movie. And like Justin Baldoni was going to be this withering away man, and that was it. And the New York Times would win another Pulitzer Prize, but like that's just not going to happen. So can't wait to see Brian Friedman's amended complaint after this new solution. So very, very exciting. It's very exciting. Okay. Just looking at some of your comments. If you guys didn't hear what I said, I didn't say that only Rachel Maddow is not telling the truth and everyone else is. Just to be very clear. Both sides are very much extreme on both sides. So like, let's be very. There are fine people on both sides. Just see how much more attacking I want to get today. There are horrible people on both sides. There are fine people on both sides. Everyone is good on every side. Everyone's good. We go together like bop to bop it up, together forever like do. Okay, Marla says, Donna, I got some info. While you're giving me some info, I want to talk to you guys really fast. And yes, I have some more stories. I have so many more stories. Before I go into more stories, as you guys are giving me some more comments, and thank you so much for being here and subscribing. But I want to tell you guys all about my next sponsor, and that's Mix Tiles. This is so exciting. New sponsor. If you are wondering how I got these incredible pictures, look how fast this is. And for those of you haters, by the way, you guys hate hate, some of you guys hate these pictures. Oh, I see you guys. I hate you. I mean, not you. I see you guys, and I see the ones that say, I hate your pictures. Look at this. Here today, gone tomorrow. And that's because of mixed tiles. Isn't that cool? But now I'm going to freak out if it's not even. Oh my God, I hope it's even. Okay, this is so cool. I was able to completely do this on my own, well, with the help of Lance and a level, but you can just stick them on. I did a whole video. I put it up on members only. If you guys want to see how I redid my entire episode here, I did my entire set here. I did it all with the help of mixed tiles. I love it. Mixed tiles is so easy. If you're a busy mom or a renter, it's so easy to hang, leaves no damage on the wall. You can swap and adjust and change your mind at any time. No glass. It's children safe. You can do personal pictures. I wanted to just do only pictures of me back here, but I thought I was going to do only pictures of Rachel Maddow just for you guys. Should I? What if you came tomorrow and it was just pictures of Rachel Maddow? Or what about pictures of just Zach Peter? Okay, I won't do that. Mixed tiles offer more than just decor. The photos represent cherished memories, shared laughter. I could do just pictures of Cody Brown. That's what I should do. I should do just pictures of all Cody Brown and housewives and maybe Robin. It would be really, really funny. If you're designing or redesigning your home, mixed tiles are the perfect way to add a touch of beauty to your home, making your room uniquely yours. I actually love it. And I love the fact that I can just change it up whenever I want. It will be really fun. So please make sure to use my code for mixed tiles because you can turn your favorite memories into stunning, affordable wall art. For a limited time, Daily Dose of Donna listeners will get 35% off all orders above $139. Actually, $139. It's a very specific number, but that's the number that they gave us. 35% off all orders above $139. Just head to mixtiles.com and use code Daily Dose and you're all set. That's code Daily Dose at mixtiles.com. And after you buy, do us a favor. When they ask you where you heard about Mixtiles, tell them it was from Rachel Maddow. Just kidding. Tell us it's from Daily Dose of Donna. Daily Dose of Donna. Thank you so much. Go to mixtiles.com/daily dose for 35% off $139. I love that specifically. Thank you. All right, let's move on to some other crazy fun stories. I'm going to tell you guys something really fast. All right. Let's talk about girls. All right. Let's talk about girls. Are you a girl's girl? Do you guys think you're a girl's girl? If you are, I'm going to say that you're probably not. I think if you say you're a girl's girl, you probably are not. I'm convinced that the people that say that they're girls are not girls. Because when you have to say I'm a girl's girl, maybe thou doth protest too much. Thou doth protest too much. Because what's up with this? If you're watching Summer House this year, I really do believe that this is funny. Jordan says I'm a Goyle's goal. I can't say that. A Goyle's goyle. What's up with this, you guys? Ciara, Paige DeSorbo's bestie, who loves calling herself a girl's girl, who got so mad at Lindsay Hubbard last year, so mad at her for hanging out with her ex-man, Austin, if you guys remember this whole drama, is now flaunting hanging out with Jesse Solomon at Coachella. Have you guys seen this reel? I'm really disappointed. I am disappointed in Jesse Solomon. I'm not really disappointed in Ciara because I didn't expect that much from Ciara, to be honest. I find Ciara to be not that likable. But I find this to be a little bit yucky. And I don't get it. And I'm not really sure. Watch. Oh, I have to turn off the music. Look at Jesse and Ciara just like doing all this flirty dancing. What's up with that? She was totally ew. Okay, ew. Now, she's a hot girl. Okay, there's no question. She's a hot girl. They're flirty. They're spending a lot of time together, but they're posting all over their feed together. He's definitely hanging out with her. Look at this. This is last weekend. What's up? Now, if you guys don't know the backstory here, Jesse Solomon last summer was hanging out. Oh my gosh, Josh totally remembers this. This was going to be my next thing. Jesse Solomon was just totally hanging out and hooking up with Lexi Wood, who's one of the girls who was living in the same house. Ciara would murder someone who did this to her, but it's okay for her to do it to someone else. Why is everything horrible if it's done to Ciara, but it's okay if Ciara does it to someone else? It doesn't make any sense to me. Remember West Wilson, Ciara's ex, did one interview for New York Times and got shat on and like skewered by the entire cast, including Paige, including Ciara. But Paige has done 475 articles about Craig and that relationship, and everyone thinks it's okay. What's going on there? I just don't understand. So is Ciara a girl's girl or not? That's what I need to know. Someone did say the other day that Ciara is the future of Summer House, that she is the most fun and most interesting person on Summer House. And to that I say, is the world upside down? I do hear that they're recasting Summer House, that they're adding to the cast. And this is what I think. I think that Lindsay is 100% on Real Housewives of New York. Mark my words. I think that Gabby's gone as well. I think that Jesse Solomon West, Kyle's back. Carl may be gone. I think Carl's boring. Does anyone really care to see Carl? I'm a little bored with Carl. Now, Lexi Wood has quickly become one of my favorite characters on the show. Why? Because I like her. I don't know how to explain it. I actually enjoy Lexi Wood. She's sweet. She was on Page 6 the other day in an interview, and she said, yeah, I'm not surprised that Jesse and Ciara are hanging out because I had a birthday party and I invited the whole cast, and those are the two only ones that didn't come. And then I found out that they were hanging out together on Instagram that day. I don't know. I feel sad. Jesse, you're a good Jewish man. Please don't let us down. Represent the tribe. Represent us well out there, Jesse Solomon. What would Jesse Solomon do? Stand up like a good Jew. Come on. Your Jewish mother would not like this. I would not like this for her. Ray says, I think Carl had his teeth filed down. They do look better. Maybe. You said it on me. I'll never get over the fact that Carl blocked me from seeing his Instagram stories. Not his Instagram, just his stories. I never once ever did anything on his stories. Do you think it was a mistake? I'm just going to pretend it was a mistake for today. Now, a couple other Bravo stories. Sutton and Garcelle have broken up. Is anyone surprised by this friendship ending? I'm not. Sutton and Garcelle's friendship. Sutton's not a girl's girl. Sutton's a Kyle's girl. Sutton's I'm just going to say it right now, okay? Sutton is a social climber. Did you guys see the Instagram post that I shared on my Instagram last night? This is crazy. I didn't even know that this Instagram account, is like existed, but let me show you guys. This is the coolest Instagram account. It's basically called Celebrity Front Yards. Let's watch this together. Essentially what they do is they drive around Los Angeles and they show you celebrity homes, but they don't show you the address, obviously. But he talks about Sutton's celebrity front front's house or celebrity. No, Sutton's front yard. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here is the Real Housewives star Beverly Hills Sutton Stracke $7 million Los Angeles home. She purchased a tennis court estate back in 2020 for $5.3 million bucks. She put a lot of work into it. It was once owned by LA Lakers owner Jerry Buss. Buss, I'm not sure. It was originally built in 1938. So over 4,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, tennis court, of course.
All right, I don't want the music to dock me here, but this is the house. And you know what? When they said that it was purchased from Jerry Buss, who's the owner of the Lakers, I had a moment that I thought to myself, oh my God, I may have been at this house because I have a memory of being in high school and going to Jerry Buss's house with some friends that invited me to Jerry Buss's house. So it's possible I was at Sutton's house back in high school. It's very possible. It's very possible. Now, this whole Instagram account is actually kind of fun. So if you're bored, go to this account. It's called Celebrity Front Yards, and they have a lot of really fun ones. You can go see Beauvais' house, and of course, he doesn't share any addresses or anything. You can see Kathy Hilton's $30 million house, Beauvais' $4 million house. I know that's in Hancock Park. Michael B. Jordan's modern house. I love all of the Hidden Hills homes. Those are always the best. Did you know that Jeff Franklin, the creator of Full House, sold his Beverly Hills mansion for $50 million? I mean, and then Mark Wahlberg's Beverly Park Palace sold for $68 million. I want to go into these homes, though. I don't want to just see the outside. I want to go into the homes. Do you guys have an obsession with like big homes and celebrity homes? I'm always so invested, and like I want to see inside these homes. When you guys come to Los Angeles for Dosers Live, this is actually a really good time to talk about this. When you guys come to Los Angeles for Dosers Live on August 23rd, tickets go on sale, by the way, on May 1st. May 1st, tickets go on sale for Dosers Live on August 23rd. Should we put together a Dosers TMZ tour or like a celebrity homes tour? Oh my God, that would be so fun. Are we all going to go to High Tops? Are we going to go to Tom Tom? Are we going to go to Sir? So Zach Peter went out the other night. He invited me, but I didn't have a babysitter. I couldn't go out. I just gone back from Mammoth. I was tired. I didn't feel like going out and drinking. But they went to Craig's, and then he and Giorgio, they went to Craig's, and then they went across the street to Sir, and then they went around the corner to Tom Tom, and they saw Tom Schwartz there, and they said it was kind of dead. But it was like, we got to do like a Dosers bar crawl. That would be fun. Oh my gosh. We should do a celebrity home tour, but like we're going to be the creepy ones. I'm going to be like, get me in there. What did you guys think of the story at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion when Kyle Richards said that she almost bought the house overlooking Lisa Vanderpump's bedroom or driveway, where her bedroom was going to overlook Lisa Vanderpump's driveway? And you know what I thought about this really fast? Here is the link, by the way, dailydosepod.com/doserslive if you want to be on the list to get tickets. They're limited. There will be a limited amount of tickets. They will sell out. They're going to be on sale on May 1st. They will sell out because they are not expensive. So you guys, really fast, when Kyle Richards said that she almost bought a house across the street from Lisa Vanderpump, I was so confused, and I'll tell you why. Those houses are so massive. You know where Lisa Vanderpump lives, and her, like, those villas, those massive, huge homes. Why is Kyle Richards considering a home as an empty nester that big? I guess because of the dogs, maybe. She has about 46 dogs. she is so like, I guess she just needs a lot of space for the dogs. But if she doesn't have her kids at home, all her kids have moved out, why does she need so many rooms? It's interesting to me. I found that wild. Anyway, Sutton is not interested in being friends with Garcelle because Garcelle can't do shit for Sutton anymore. There, I said it. I find Sutton to be appalling. I'm sorry. Sutton went so fast from being one of my favorite housewives to being one of my absolutely unfavorite housewives. I really dislike her. I dislike her. I don't find her to be likable. I don't find her to be any of that. And the final story before Sister Wives is Justin Bieber is not good, you guys. Justin Bieber is not good at all. We have a problem. I mean, I don't know if I have a problem, but he has a problem. He was at Coachella over the weekend, you guys, and it's not good. He's like, if you saw him dancing at Coachella, I don't know if you like need to be a smart person or not to recognize when someone doesn't feel right. You know, he's smoking a J the size of this microphone in front of his younger brother. When you are someone that is like, consider yourself as a former addict, etc., but you're smoking a J this big, right? And you're like, and you're disgustingly like high, you're dancing like a whatever, and you're out there. This is how he looks when he's out at Coachella. Something looks crazy. Watch this. He's out there. Look how he's hanging out. Look at he's half naked. He's got his shirt off. He looks so off. He's so skinny. He's like so hunched over. He just looks like he's on drugs. I'm sorry. He's definitely smoking. But it's more than that. It's like, it's not just high. Let's see if this video is of him dancing. If you look at him dancing, he doesn't look like he's there. I'm sorry. He looks like he's being held up. He looks like a shell of himself. It's really, really, really sad. I don't get it. I don't know what Hailey Bieber is doing. I don't know what's happening. I don't like it. He needs help. I worry about him. I don't know enough about drugs. A lot of you guys are assuming things in the comments, but I don't know enough about drugs to know what. But like, is it like fentanyl? Is it Molly? Is it like you guys are saying things? I don't know, but it's not good. I feel so bad for him. And Hailey, yeah, Hailey looks gorgeous, but it's like, why is Hailey hanging out with this? That's a fentanyl hunch. Oh my God, that's what you guys are saying. Yeah, I saw some pictures and someone said that. Okay. In better news, and we do have to have some better news right now. We need some better news to lift up our spirits, you guys, because the bitches are back. And by that, I mean the best bitches in all of town, the happiest bitches in all of town. Well, most of them are happy except Rob and Brown. This week on Sister Wives, we're back. Christine and David are driving a U-Haul to help Janelle move down to North Carolina. And Christine says, she starts off the season opener by saying, "You do stink," to her newlywed husband. Janelle is so excited to finally move down to North Carolina to another version of Coyote Pass. Cody decides to talk about baptisms and marriage with his kids and romantic partners, all while talking about his rock hard abs and the fact that Janelle only looked at him as a piece of meat. Putting on his gloves. And then we get really dirty and we find out the real truth of why the girls hate Robin, and it's not what you think. All on this week's Sister Wives. You guys, for real, Sister Wives made me me so happy. I was like, I feel like something's missing. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing. It's Cody. Cody has been missing in my life. And he's back. He is back. Oh my God, he's back. I'll tell you guys, I'm not going to give you a play-by-play, but I'll tell you, the beginning of the episode started with David's lollipop voice. It's been a season. I think it's probably been just a week between seasons, but they get in a U-Haul, and Christine's got her hair up, and all I know is David's like, I just filled up the U-Haul with gas, and gas really smells. And Christine goes, oh, you do stink. And I'm like, oh, it's their love language. Now they decide to help Janelle move. She decides to finally hit the hay or hit the nest or run the nest or leave the nest or whatever the hell they're doing. And they start driving to the northeast, northwest, north something. I don't know. They're going to North Carolina because she decides to drive, and she's buying a farm with Janelle, with her daughter, Maddie, and Caleb. And they don't know what to call it. They'll call it hippie commune or flower farm or something. And later we'll find out about how they're deciding to get Janelle a boyfriend. But not for a while. First, we go back and forth, and we're talking to Mary and we're talking to Janelle. And then we start to find out a little bit of dirt. Now, this entire time, we know the reason why the girls have hated Robin. It's because Cody was always more in love with Robin than he was with Janelle, with Mary, and with Christine. We knew that, okay? He kind of liked Mary, kind of liked Janelle, kind of liked Christine, and he fucking loved Robin, right? Robin was his purple princess. She was his soulmate, we find out later. But did you know that the real reason that the girls didn't like Robin, it wasn't more than just the fact that there was jealousy. She had the best sofa. She had the best furniture always. She had the best TVs. She had the best everything. Do you know what? She had? She always put on makeup. It took a while. For Robin to master these, okay? It took a while for Robin to master the brows. You think this happens overnight? You think brows happen? Chick-chock? Fast? You think this is just a little quick wake up and go? She needs to really work on those brows. But when they went camping early on in their relationship, Janelle and Christine say, they woke up camping and they were slaving. They were slaving over the hot pot and the breakfast. They were greasing the pans. They were chopping the wood even, I think, those women. They were working hard over the breakfast. Where was Robin, they said? She was doing her makeup while camping. Hours doing her makeup. And for that, I say, have you seen those brows? Do you know what work it takes to do those brows? Christine, have some freaking respect in the process, in the art. I'm pissed. I felt for Robin for the first time ever. Robin Brown's eyebrows are a work of art. This doesn't happen from, nothing. We need to work hard on this, okay? I'm sorry that upsets you. I'm sorry that you don't have that ability. But in my opinion, we have to respect the brows. We have to respect the fact that some people have things that, need to really be. This is not a get up and go. I'm sorry. Can we have a moment for her brows? Now, when I think of Robin's brows, I do think of beds, like wood planks. I think of a lot of things. I don't think necessarily of art, but for Robin and for, just for her good of her, I think that what she was trying to do here was she was like, listen, I can't cook. I can't clean. I surely can't control my money. What I can do is I can try to look pretty, at least for this bunch. What was shocking about this entire moment was when the women said out loud, Cody likes us pretty. Cody wants us to look good. She said it. She said it. Cody wants us to look good. I thought to myself, why do you guys all look better before you meet Cody? Why does dating Cody make you look uglier? Why do y'all look better when you break up with him? I'm sorry. Robin looks incredibly better when she met Cody since when she looks now. Like dating Cody makes you look worse. Cody is a stain. He's like a human stain. He's like Jax, right? There is a picture of Brittany Cartwright when she started dating Jax versus where she looks now. Dating Cody is like an instant uglifier. Robin Brown, when she met Cody, Robin Brown meeting Cody looks like this. Images. Well, this is them on their wedding day. Let me show you them on their wedding day. No. What if it was a picture of Brandon Sklenar's face for those of you guys that were here that day? Do you guys remember that day when it was just Brandon Sklenar's face the entire time? Here is Robin Brown when they met. And then you just saw now. She was so cute, actually, if you look back. She was so cute. Yes, it was a lot of years. Yes, it was 2 kids ago. But like, come on, she's also on TV for so many years. Like, a lot of people can look better. Oh my Sorry. I think you have to jump over to YouTube to see this visual. This is quite the visual of a picture I just saw. I've never seen this picture of Cody. His hair is straightened and it's pulled back. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. This really shocked me. This picture really gave me a jump scare. Look at Cody's hair, too. It should be studied. She was a lot cuter when they first started dating. And then it just gets predominantly worse and worse. It's the heavy makeup, I am convinced, is where it gets scarier. But it's the personality. But it's the personality is really where it goes, right? It's the personality is where it gets scarier, right? But here's the thing. We find out later that she has become a pretty bad friend to Mary. Mary says, she's ghosted her. Mary said that she just like completely ghosted her on My Sister Wives Closet. Apparently, they're running a shitty business because they have My Sister Wives Closet and they're not even selling products, but their cart is still open. So people are out there still buying things, spending money, and not receiving products. Guys, that's shitty. That's not happening. That's bad work. That's bad business. So people are doing that. Now, later on, Cody's talking, and he's talking about Janelle. He's still very mad about Janelle and that comment about the pecs. Got the big pecs. Got the rock hard abs, pecs and abs. And he says, you know what? I said that because Janelle, the way she looks at me, because I'm just a piece of meat. I am convinced that Janelle and Cody just had freaking crazy sex. I want to believe in my mind that Janelle had some like S&M type of stuff going on with Cody. I think she used whips. I don't know, but in my mind, she used whips on Cody. I would like to believe that. Anyone else? I think Mary and Cody literally had sex one time, and it was just to have her baby Mariah. Okay. I think that Christine wanted so badly to have a lot of sex with Cody, but he wasn't interested in it. I think Janelle literally beat the living crapola out of Cody in bed. Janelle put on the work gloves and went like she used whips, chains, all the things. She bought all the things on all the dominatrix websites. And then Robin just allows Cody to do whatever he wants to do to her. Right? I think that. And because Cody is very offended by Janelle, because I think Cody feels used by Janelle. Cody feels used because he feels like Janelle used his body as a piece of meat. MB Shotzi says Janelle used him for chips, whips, and dips. Oh my God, it's so true. Now, later on, we go out to dinner with Robin, the perfect princess, right? The perfect purple princess, the soulmate. We go out to dinner with her because apparently her older daughters, who, guys, I'm sorry, they're kids. They're not kids anymore because they're adults, so we can make fun of them. But man, they are so freaking weird. Aurora and Shmamora and Areola and Gamora. I don't even know who they are. These two girls are so weird. So weird. They go out to dinner, but it's like lunch, but it's dinner. And they all are dressed in their Easter best. And they had just gotten baptized. And they're so expressive, these girls, in their faces. They're like, oh, a lot of this when they're talking. And they're having these conversations about marriage and finding the love of your life. And also, I guess, about the baptism. They were explaining their baptism, but they were using all the stock footage because we couldn't see the baptism. But apparently they had some sort of baptism in some sort of animal trough. I need to go back and watch that part. He was like, yeah, he's like talking about, we just painted there's an animal trough and there was a lot of people dancing. I was so confused. Maybe I need to rewatch that part. I swear he said that they had a baptism in a farm. Did I make that up? Was it a fever dream? They went out to some lunch. They were talking about, finding the love of your life and getting married. The whole conversation is so weird. But then she said that she was his soulmate, and that caused a lot of strife between the family. A lot of strife. It caused Cody a lot of pleasure. He loves being her soulmate, but it caused a lot of Tiffany. But it caused Cody a lot of pleasure, but it caused Robin a lot of pain. Everything causes Robin a lot of pain. Tiffany says, did you see at the table, the second oldest looks like she's been held captive or something. She looks like she's scared to death or constipated. That's exactly it. She looks like she's scared to death or constipated. That's exactly how she looks. She's either like, like, it's a good thing I haven't gotten Botox in a while, so I can be really expressive right now. She's like, try to show the video, but I usually can't because of copyright, but I'll try to see if I can show the video. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, it's their family is so weird, honestly. Like, all I can say is I feel like their family is, I'm gonna say it, and I hope you guys don't take offense to it, but they're just dorky. Does that make sense? Like, the daughters are just dorky. And I like dorks. Like, I'm a fan of dorks, but they're just like, I'm very confused by their kids. I want them to so badly. I want them so badly to just get like hammered. I want those girls to go out there and just like party it up and just like fuck you. Like, that's what I want. They're odd. Yeah, I don't think I can find the video and play it here. But anyway, it was a perfect. They should come to Dosers Live. Maybe we can invite them. We should tell them that we're having like a church night out at Dosers Live. Should we try to get Cody and Robin to Dosers Live? Yeah, they are Debbie Downer vibes. They look like Rachel Dratch from Debbie Downer, like the Debbie Downer character from Rachel Dratch. That's literally what they look like. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. That's truly what they have. They have that vibe. If you Google it, that's what they look like. I'll try to find a clip that I can play for tomorrow. It's so funny. All right, you guys, I love you very much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for subscribing. I'll talk to you later. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.